Well, pay no attention to that. What we want to look at is, look what I found on the shelf. The 2100 shell. Didn't even know I had it. Now, from what I can tell, this shell is identical to all the other plastic units. It may not look as nice. I'm thinking this is old, it's been around, but I think maybe the finish isn't as nice as the older ones, frankly. But here's the trick. I had this, and I had tested something and I'd forgotten it. That's the smokestack. I built a special smoke unit just for this engine because it was small and I didn't have room for my smoke fan. If I can get this apart with one hand, I'll show you what I'm doing. There, I'm just testing a new piston. I don't have the smoke unit on because, I don't know, I can't find the screws. Don't say anything, just let it be. Alright, I need a lab rat. Help me find screws. Okay, I got it out. There you go. Now, if you look inside, this thing has been around, okay? You can see that some of the screws are eaten out, and it's missing the location plates. Those things can be replaced, okay? Oh, for goodness sake! September 1957. Oh, awesome. This is a 57, and look, there's a piece of stuff up there. I wonder what that's from. And I put in this LED light. I must have been screwing with this for some reason. I can't imagine what. I don't know. Missing a few bits. Well, you know what? That's the brush holder. That could be the damn chassis. I don't know. I can't remember any of this stuff. But what I want you to think about, this is a mimic of the flyer system. That flyer right there would fit in here like this. You see that? The smokes would line up the stack, but the body is longer, and therefore, when I put my fan on here, it runs into the gear. This isn't a real thing. But when I put it on here, that was my problem. I couldn't put it on with that gear. I had to take the gear off for clearance, and when I did that, I lost my drive from the wheel for timing. So then I had to go somewhere else. I remember now, and I know what I did. I made these fields about 1/4 of an inch thicker, and that pushed that pulled the armature or the worm drive out. It was still engaged, but I had a little extra, and I stuck a gear on it, and then I had another gear. I had a gear like this up on top. Oh, it was a kludge. It was awful. I think Andy did this because I sent him the Atlantic, and he had trouble putting my smoke on it because I hadn't come across this problem yet. And I think he did this and sent it to me. He says, oh God, he ruined my smoke. Well, no, he was making it fit. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Wow. Okay, now I need to get some motor plates made so I can put the smoke on here. And next week, if the creeks don't rise, I will have a surprise or two. And Another friend is sending us some 5-digit engines. Yes, Doug said, I have a couple old engines if you want to check them out. And he's going to send them and I'm going to check them out. We're going to see just how far we can go and what we need to do to get there. Boy, oh boy. All right, let me get back to my other main project. You betcha. The tender. No, but it's here. It is here. You want to see the tender progress? All right. Walk this way. There's the tender assembled with the buck boost board holders. Those. This is this guy. So it's going to hold 2 buck boards. One for the sound system and one for the smoke. Notice how thin that is under there. Ooh, is that skinny? Yeah, that is skinny. That's because we have a new soundboard that fits in there. Ooh, okay, not talking. I got another bracket. Oh, it's done. Let me see if I can get it off. This is the power distribution board bracket. Ooh, it's pretty stuck. I don't know if I want to get mean to it or not. Better let it cool down some more. That's pretty cool. I'm going to pause it. Just lifts right off. I didn't want you to see me banging on my machine. Okay, so you see those 3 holes right there, right there, right there. Yeah. Then this guy will sit in there like that. And the buck boost board, I've got one. I know I do. There. Here's one that I like. I only use stuff I like. Okay. There. That goes like this. That's going to mount there, sit like that. It's going to sit out further. Okay. And that gap is so I can put some heat sinks on the back of that, and it'll run cooler, a lot cooler. And those holes are to run these wires up through the holes and into the board for soldering. That's sort of a wire management tool. Okay. Then, the motor controller just bolts right down on top. This goes here. This will go on top of that. That'll fit like that. Buckboards go right there. Cooling fan goes there. A box that's going to help the routing of these wires is going to sit here, and it's going to have a cavity, and in that cavity will be a speaker. Yes! So we're going to have a soundboard, a speaker system, buckboards, reversed, power distribution, and a cooling fan. Hello, Central. These are still the old trucks. I know I've been procrastinating. But I did make all new gizmos here, so these fit perfect. See that? See how there? See how tight? I won't say tight, but snug. You know what I mean? So when the body's on and the steps, that's about all you're going to see. It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. I haven't tried to print the body. I'm a little nervous about that yet. But all right. Well, I'm pretty excited about getting this to come together. I really am. And the wiring part of it is where I really need to shine for these 3 guys, because it can get tough if you're not careful. Anyway, I'll be careful. The 3 amigos are just chilling, waiting for the tender. When I get the tender, we're going to buckle them up and start routing the wire. I got to put the sensor stuff in. I got it. I got the holder for the reed switch. Oh yeah, I have to drill and glue in that hole. Reed switches are right here. They get put into shrink wrap, and then they're fitted in there, and then they're routed back to the soundboard. Soundboard has 2 contacts, and when those contacts are made by the reed switch, it makes a chuff sound. Is that awesome or what? I still got to fiddle with this to make sure it's going to fit right and be okay. I got some new ones I'm going to try. We'll see where I'm at. I might just grind some clearance so that everything fits right, and then I'll go back and change the CAD file. So how we doing? Not bad. It's been about 30 minutes on the new piston is black. The guy didn't want white. No one has a white piston, and no one has a red piston, so it should be gray or black. Oh, okay. I still haven't found the screws for the lid. I don't know what I did with them, but they're gone. And that's not one. I tried it. It's a number 2, and that's, wow, that's like it'll fit though, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll see. At any rate, I'm going to make sure the piston's going to do well for me and everyone else. And that's what I've been up to. It's after 5 now, so I got to crank. I got to put together some of these side frames on the trucks. Yeah, put this stuff aside for the moment. Done printing parts. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome later.